want to start out by hoping that this video isn't ruined as far as the audio goes, because there's construction happening right behind my house and the wind is pretty strong. But let's get started with the video. Now, it's only been 2 weeks since I've had and used the Airpods Pro, but already I've come up with some most likely personal opinions, some pros and some cons, so let's get into it. Dang, the wind just like really picked up. And I'm on a time crunch, so let's get through this video. Let's start with the cons. Actually, one of the biggest things that surprised me that I didn't really like about the Airpods Pro is how it sounds and makes my head feels when I'm on a phone call. Now, I know the AC, the active noise canceling feature, you can turn on and off. There's a few options as far as how you want the Airpods Pro to sound, as far as like having ambient sound coming in or completely blocking it out. As soon as I put on the Airpods Pro though, when it comes to a phone call, I just don't like it. I played around with the settings with having the noise canceling on and off, played around with the whole spatial audio thing, and I just don't like it. When it comes to phone calls, the Airpods Pro is just a no-go for me, which is why I still carry around and still use my Gen 2 AirPods, because I love the way this sounds as far as phone calls, because the other person can still hear me clearly, I can hear them, and it doesn't make my head hurt. It's really weird. I've noticed with noise canceling headphones in the past, especially the over-ear, it just makes my head hurt after a while. So specifically when it comes to phone calls, the Airpods Pro is a big no for me. That's when I take out the Gen 2 AirPods. These work great, and I loved using these for phone calls. Now again, this may just be a me thing. I don't know if anyone else out there also feels the same way, where it just makes your head feel super weird and I can't concentrate on the conversation that I'm having. Now, as far as comfort, another sort of a con, not a huge deal just yet, but I have been hearing since the Airpods Pro have come out that the tips, it either fits you or it doesn't. Now, for me, actually, I'm kind of in the middle. It does fit for the most part, but after a while I do notice it slipping outward, so I'll have to catch the AirPods and stick them back in. Now, this could be just that I have to change the size on the silicone tip. They do have some extras that I still have with me, so maybe I have to play around with that. I just haven't been able to really do it just yet because it's just been super hectic and crazy these past couple of weeks. But I do notice that after a while, if I'm watching a movie or listening to music, I can just start feeling the Airpods Pro just kind of trying to sneak out. But maybe I could use like third-party silicone tips. I'll have to make sure that they fit the case so I can charge them, but maybe a different tip might actually help as far as it actually just staying in my ear and not slipping out. So right now I really can't use the Airpods Pro for, like, let's say when you're working out or actively moving, because I do feel that they will slip out. Now, I didn't really have that issue with the Airpods Gen 2. However, for long-term usage, these things would start to hurt my ears, so it's also not great or ideal for long-term. As far as comfort goes, without like slipping in and out, the Pros do win in that category. But again, maybe it's just the tip. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any tips or suggestions on fit so they don't slip out. But yes, for long term, the Airpods Gen 2 they're really hard since they're just made out of an outer plastic. There's no form of any kind of comfort or softness to go in your ear. But again, for phone calls, short-term usage, these still work great. Now, of course, upon buying the Airpods Pro, I did kind of expect this to take over or really generally replace the Gen 2 AirPods. However, it just hasn't been the case. I know it's only been 2 weeks, so this isn't like a full-on review, more of an update. Let me wait for this truck. Come on. You've been at it since like 7 o'clock in the morning and it's already 10. All right, you know what? We're gonna record over it. So I'm gonna make this as short as possible. As far as buying the Airpods Pro, I did hope and wanted this to replace the Gen 2 AirPods. However, that just hasn't been the case, especially after using it for 2 weeks and using it in different scenarios. So at the end of the day, it is really nice to have both options depending on what I'm doing. If I generally want to zone out and really block out any of the outside noise, of course, that's when I'll use the Airpods Pro. If I want to half listen when I'm what I'm watching or hearing and still have maybe a conversation or still be part of a conversation, I go with the regular AirPods, and of course any phone calls, I use these. So it's just been nice. I love how both of them are super small, so it's not a huge deal having to carry both of these around in my everyday carry. It's nice to have options. Now currently I am kind of playing around with the idea of upgrading the Gen 2s to the Gen 3 to see if maybe I would like those as far as like phone calls, to see if it would replace this, just because these are kind of old now. New tech is always fun to get, so that's kind of why I want to get the Gen 3s. But nevertheless, I still love these. I still use them a lot. Again, it's just nice to have an option. But that is this video. I just figured I thought I'd give you a quick update. I really thought, surprised myself, that I didn't 100% love these and not use it for absolutely everything. But such is life. Comment down below if you guys feel the same way about the AirPods Pro or active noise canceling. Like I said, it makes my head hurt after a while, so I can't use them for long term, which is why I also sold my Sony's XM3s. I did an unboxing of those a long time ago as well. I loved it, they were comfortable, but again, that noise active canceling feature, it makes my head hurt. But that's it. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.